Good evening. I was trying to get my intro going, and we're having some technical difficulties here. So those of you who are on, welcome to the show. We have a very special guest tonight. Chef Babette is joining us again, and she's going to talk about two very important topics. The first is going to be being sexy at the age of 70. She had her 70th birthday I think it was last December. She's going to let us know when she comes on. And she had this wonderful video shoot in a bathing suit at 70 years old. My goodness. And so it went viral, needless to say. And so she's going to tell us all about the secrets of being sexy at 70. And then part two of our show, we're going to talk about her special event coming up in March. It's going to be Love Yourself Retreat. And I want all of you to listen closely because she's going to give us insights into her retreat that's going to be in March of next year. So let's stay tuned. Let me see if I can get my intro started because I want to get my intro started. The music gets me into the mood. Let's see what happens here. All right, welcome back. So my music get me into the groove. You know, I do a little break dance back there behind stage while it's going on. But one of these days I'll show you a video. But again, I hope your Monday has gone well and hope you had a very restful and productive weekend. It's good to get rest and be productive at the same time. As I said in the intro, we have a very special guest, Chef Babette. She's been with us before, and I'm glad to have her back. As you all probably know, she needs no introduction. She's a world-class healthy chef, fitness expert, and motivational speaker. Chef Babette runs a successful restaurant, Stuff I Eat, in Inglewood, California. She and her husband has built the loyal fan base there at the restaurant, and she's built the loyal fan base on her social media profiles. Chef Babette quote says, "We as humans have a connection with the food that we eat, and with that understanding, only the best deserves to enter our body temples. My newfound philosophy and relationship with food led to an astonishing transformation in the way I looked and felt. Initially, my change was all about me, but every time I heard of someone suffering from diabetes, overweight, or obesity-related problems, I felt compelled to share my newfound knowledge. My husband taught me to slow cook with love, and eventually the kitchen became my second home." So without further ado, I want to welcome our panelists, Dr. Celeste Palmer. Celeste, hello. How are you doing this evening?
Good. I'm excited.
Yes.
Tonight.
And we have Chef Babette. Hello, Chef. How are you doing?
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me, Doc.
Well, thanks for coming and joining us tonight. You know, as we talked about in the intro, you just had your 70th birthday. When was that? What was your birthday? I forget.
December 7th.
December 7th. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, that's a special day in our history. Anyway, December 7th. Well, belated happy birthday. I actually wished you happy birthday before then, and on the day. But anyway, belated happy birthday on the station. So you made 70 years old, and you had some beautiful photos of yourself. And first and foremost, why a bathing suit at 70? That's a bold thing. After that question, we'll get into some more background questions in terms of what the birthday was like and so on and so forth. But who came up with that idea? Was that your idea or someone else's idea?
No, actually, Doc, my daughter, she actually holds on to all the family heirlooms and the pictures and all the family treasures. I'm not very sympathetic and I don't need all that stuff. She's got it. So she's going through some pictures, and she found a couple of pictures of myself in a bathing suit. I had actually done a photo shoot years ago in a bathing suit. And I realized that I didn't look too much different than I look today. So I came up with the wild idea. I'm going to do a photo shoot in a bathing suit and I'm going to post it on my birthday. And I was talking to a dear friend, Michael Collier.
Mhm.
And do you know Michael Collier, comedian?
I've heard the name, yes.
Okay, well, Michael, I was talking to him on the 1st of December, and I explained to him that I'd taken these photos. I had 7 of them, and that I wanted to post 1 or 2 on my birthday, the 7th. And he said, "Today is the 1st. You have 7 photos. Why don't you post 1 photo every day? And on the 7th, your actual birthday, take your favorite photo, put it in the middle, and combine the other photos around it, a
Wow.
collage, if
Okay.
you will." And so I took his advice, and then he said, and I would call the post 7 at 70. So this was all Michael Collier. And
wow.
I did exactly as he suggested. And yes, it went viral. I had no idea that people were going to respond to the images the way that they did. And I understand why.
And while you're talking, I'm going to share that with our audience here. So just tell your story. I'm just going to kind of throw.
Well, now
So,
that one in the middle, Doc, I'm probably around 64 in that one.
oh, okay, yes. Well, but the one on the left on either side shows how you haven't changed very much from 64 to 70. So those are actually wonderful photos there.
Yeah, but you know, it made me just really focus on the fact that because of the response, people were just like, "No way, that's impossible." And I'm thinking, you know what, in our society, 70 is old. We we don't take care of ourselves, because I believe that I look the way a 70-year-old is supposed to look. Now that's my own personal opinion. It's not
Abs like that, huh?
Yes, I mean, we're supposed to be able to do this. And you know what it comes from, Doc.
That's
That
right.
it comes from self-love and self-care.
Yep.
Now,
Right.
I haven't always been in that space, obviously. I've run into some mental challenges in my journey, and I wasn't always good to myself. But once I cleared my brain fog and learned how to nourish myself and learned how the importance of movement, this has been going on now. I met Rondell at age 40. And from age 40 on, I've lived a different lifestyle. So I transitioned, became vegan at age 40, and I've never looked back. And I
Wow.
actually started the movement, working out at age 40. So, and you can see, of course, I live on the planet, so there is an aging process. But
Sure.
I think all of us enjoy the subtlety of aging. We ain't real happy when it's rapid and like rapid fire. And so it's like it's been a beautiful ride, and I feel good. I feel great.
You know,
I think we
aging.
have a primary care physician, Doc, and you in Texas, so you can't be my doctor. So
Yeah, I don't think you need one. You know, you talk about aging, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because you know that we often confuse aging with debilitation or aging with degeneration. And aging should be a maturing. It's sort of like, you know, a fine wine that gets better. And so, you know, like you say, we live in this planet, and you know, things are polluted, and we've got to kind of protect ourselves as best we can. The food is polluted, even a lot of plant food is polluted. But the bottom line is that to the extent we can, we should not destroy ourselves. And what we see a lot of, and what I see a lot of coming in my office, is, you know, acts of self-destruction. And so it's, you know, it's a destructive process, not an aging process that we confuse that with aging. I mean, how much is this mindset for you?
Doc, I love that. It's a destructive process. I'm gonna have to use that one. It's not so much an aging process. It's so true. I mean, At once, you know what worked for me more than anything, Doc, was knowledge, educating myself. And then as time went on, I understood, oh, man, we're just a species, and God put the food down here for that's perfect for every individual species.
Hmm.
And all you need to do is learn what you need as part of the human species to nourish yourselves. And I don't think we do enough of that. Too many times we eat out of boxes. I mean, we don't even go to the produce section in the supermarket. We find ready package made food like substances with tons of chemicals in it. And we feed that to our babies to the point that we feed it to our babies for breakfast. I don't
Yeah.
know. I will give them some cereal with some dye in it, with refined sugar in it, and all other kind of chemicals, and send them off to school. So, well, before COVID, we sent them off to school, but we still, we still, we still are having an issue with understanding the importance of proper fuel for your vehicle.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know if I answered your question. I don't know.
No, that's a great answer from the destructive process. So let's go back to the birthday celebration. What was it? Was it an event or was it virtual? Were there people in person? I know you did the photo shoot, but tell us about the birthday celebration, or was it a celebration?
No, actually, because of COVID, I had a very quiet birthday. I didn't interact with a lot of family or anything like that. I turned 70 and did a photo shoot a few days prior. So basically, it was just the shoot. It was kind of fun to post. But
Mhm.
what was more fun, and at the same time, it was fun, but at the same time, it was kind of concerning that people made such a big deal out of it. I live with it, so not that big a deal to me. And I'm not thinking about everybody else. I'm only thinking about me and my lifestyle and what I do. So I understood the importance of what it is I do. Having a vegan restaurant, preparing good, wholesome, organic food for people in an underserved community, sharing my message, if you will. And then when my daughter and I decided to do the Love Your Age project, it was so spot on, because at that time, at that point, after so many people were coming at me, at that point we thought this is a way to just share the lifestyle. And if maybe people get into the lifestyle, you'll see people transitioning to do better, because I believe in a quality of life over longevity. Quality just seems like it makes so much more sense to me.
So and we're going to get into your project on part two, but let's say about some of your secrets at 70. You're exercising. I mean, I see videos of you working out. I mean, give us some of the tips on. I mean, again, I have a lot of patients, and we're a little bit delayed, but we're going to start an on-site medical observed exercise program. And give us some of your tips in terms of. I see you getting out there and you're lifting weights. I mean, you compete sort of like with professional athletes almost. But I've got people who are debilitated and that type of thing. We're going to have them start where they are. But what's some secret points of view from what you do as a 70-year-old, and where should they start?
Well, I like what you said. People need to start where they are, because that's what I had to do. At age 40, I never ran heels. I never thought about running heels. I met my husband, and he was constantly running heels at Griffith Park. Actually, the first date we went on, he took me to Griffith Park. I thought he was out of his mind. And who gets up to just run up hills? But you know what? He ran the whole thing backwards. And what that said to me was, and he's 2 years older than myself, I thought to myself, well, if he can run this backwards, one of these days I am going to be able to remain in a running mode, maybe at a walker's pace, but I'm going to be able to run this hill in a running mode. I can do that today. I believe, as you said, in catching a person right where they are. I can't stand it when I see sisters out there overweight running on cement. It's unnecessary. You don't have to do that. All you need to do is walk. All you need to do is move. You can get a workout in by standing up and down, sitting up and down in the chair, going up and down in the chair. You know what I'm saying? You can stand at your kitchen counter and do squats. Our problem is we don't move. And that, I think, is where we need to start. Getting in the mindset, I am a machine here. God didn't make no junk. This is a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant machine. And what we do is we put it to rest. It's like, I'm gonna park my car and I just ain't gonna never drive it no more. And so what happens? The battery goes out. Eventually you can't use the car. So I think we do that, too much of that. For myself, I'm addicted to the movement now. So I have to move. I don't have a choice.
What? So you said at 40. Celeste, you want to say something? Sorry.
I just want to ask, as far as fuel is concerned, or the food that you put in, what is something that you make sure that you get in every day, whether it be food or supplements, or do you do supplements?
Good question. I do a lot of chlorophyll is like at the top of my list. And I add something better than a supplement, E3 Live. So I'm juicing a lot of kale, a lot of cilantro. I juice I like it palatable because I'm not into drinking a glass of wheatgrass. That's not my groove. I want to be able to enjoy it. So I make sure that the apples give me the amount of sugar that works for me.
Okay.
And I use ginger. And you know what ginger does. It you know. So I put my E3 Live in there, and I drink in my green drink, and I drink the 32-ounce jars, 2 of them usually a day.
Wow.
So, and I try to juice every single day. So really there you go. That's my go-to. The juice is the go-to. And you know what happens, Doc, once you have separated the juice from the pulp by juicing, not blending, juicing, then you don't have to go through the digestive process as you would. And especially for those who have been eating a lot of animal flesh and you've got a lot of blockage in your colons and your intestines are a mess. You want the nutrients from the juice to reach cellular level immediately. So that's why I juice versus blending. And it's my go-to. And once you're fed, the message to the brain is you're not hungry. So I'm not always sitting around waiting for massive plates of food. As a matter of fact, I very rarely pick up a plate and eat pounds and pounds of food on it. It's just way too much bulk. I don't need all of that. Yeah.
That's the juice. I like that. When I work out in the mornings, I can't afford to work out on a full stomach, with the exception of just before I came on the show, I had to go work out, and not that I had a full stomach, but normally I work out in the mornings, but my morning was busy. And I'm trying to keep that streak alive. Celeste knows about that. I won't talk about that. So I had to go and do some burpees and stuff before I came on the show.
Yikes.
Keep the streak alive. But anyway, but the juice makes a difference, because when I'm working out with the trainers, it's a different thing when you're working out by yourself and you have somebody that's barking over you.
Right.
They just have to count and you have to breathe.
That's true.
So you got to be ready for that. It's almost like a performance. But I've seen some of your very impressive workouts. But you said at 40 you were not running heels. In what condition did you start out at 40? Give our audience some. I mean, were you in bad shape, or you're in good shape, or decent shape?
Well, I just wasn't really doing very much in terms of moving. No, I wasn't doing that. I've never been overweight. I've never had a weight problem. My issues were a lot of digestive challenges. I hated to eat almost. I just digesting the food. It was, plus I didn't understand about combining the food properly. I was doing everything wrong as I ate. And once I read the books, that's why I said education is so valuable. I started understanding how I needed to eat, how I needed to combine my food, and started understanding about mucus and inflammation and how it creates so much disease. And I just changed my mind about everything, and it just it manifested in a way that I can only give thanks, because I wasn't tired anymore. I didn't have problems with gas. I didn't have problems with bloating. I used to, and I find it ridiculous that humans have to take medication to help them digest their food. I don't know what other species on the planet needs Tums after they eat. It's like you should be able to eat, and you should be able to digest your food and move on with your life. But I was sick after I ate. And so I haven't felt that in all these years. You know what I mean? So changed my world.
I have another question.
Yes.
People have asked us this, but I would like to know from you, what is a typical day like for Chef Babette? What time do you get up and what time do you turn it down?
Well, I usually wake up between 2 and 2:30. And I wake up that early, number one, because my body, it's like a body clock.
Okay.
And I immediately have to go eliminate. That wakes me up.
Okay.
Once I'm up, because I prep food for the restaurant, I try to be at work between 4 and 5. Preferably no later than 4:30. Really, that's my preference. Because at 70, I want to be in and out before all the young people get to work.
Okay.
I mean, COVID is still real. So so that means I got to try to get a workout in, right? So I'm up between 2 and 2:30, and then I do a workout. I have a nap, fit on, since the gyms are closed. I used to try to run over to the gym, but can't do that anymore. So I just do between 25 and 40-minute workout with fit on. Plus, it's like having a trainer. I do much better motivated by somebody else. It's letting somebody else motivate me. And then I'm off to work. Now, if we're real busy, I'm going to be at work. Let's say if I get there at 4:30, I'm usually not going to leave there before 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But Chef shuts it down really early. Doc has called me before, left me a message. You awake? It's 6:30 in the evening, and I'm out. I see you too. Now that is the honest to God truth. I shut it down really early.
Okay, so
one day my daughter left me a text. She was like, "It's only 6 o'clock." Like, where are you? Sleep? Yeah. So that's
2 o'clock in the morning. That's impressive.
And it's like I've already been up longer than everybody. You know what I mean? So if I go to bed between 6, 7 o'clock, I'm getting my proper amount of sleep.
Okay.
Well, I've gotten a text message from you around, I think recently it was about 4 our time. I was up and you sent me at 2:30 and it says, yeah, I forgot what it was. And I text you back and I said, well, call me. She said, now? I said, sure. We're both up. We're trying to mention something. I want you
to. That's so true. I remember that.
I want you to touch on, you mentioned something, and as we close out on the secrets of 70, but you say you get up in the morning, you eliminate. And so you drink these 32 ounces of juice, I guess, the night before or early. And so your body's hydrated.
My juicing is usually earlier in the day.
Okay, early in the day.
Early in the day. I don't do, it's obvious I'm not doing too much eating after 6 o'clock because I'm asleep. So, and Doc, I'm just not a big eater. So I will take a handful of cashews and make it a meal. I'm looking for the nutrition, whatever it is. So that's kind of how I roll. Food is not the very first thing that I think about. That's just, It's not like the most important thing in the world to me. Because the message to the brain after all the chlorophyll and the E3 live is you're fed.
Yep.
You're not hungry. And that's the secret. If people could get on with the nutrients, that's what the body is craving, food.
So you say you eliminate early in the morning. How many, so your elimination, your bowel movements and all that stuff are early in the morning. So how many bowel movements do you have a day?
I go more than once.
More than once. Okay.
Once.
Okay. And I want our audience to understand that. So early morning elimination, multiple times you're eliminating. That means your body's hydrated and things are moving through your system. And people need to understand that that's what normal is. And I think that's part of the secret. Before we close out of this section, again, I have 70-year-olds, 80-year-olds, etc. Leave us with some motivating words of wisdom. You know, I mean, here you are, 70 years old, looking gorgeous in a bathing suit. You probably look this way at 95. But give us some words of wisdom in terms of, you know, there are people who are maybe watching this. I'm going to share this with my patients, many of them short of breath, chest pain, or whatever, the aches and pains. You know, help them out. Help us all out here in terms of words of wisdom, in terms of what we should do to get to where you are. Well,
first of all, I don't think it's ever too late to start on taking care of yourself. The human body is so incredible. And whenever we give it love, it responds. So it's just about believing that the body needs your love and care. You have to believe it and know it. You can't just, I don't know, it's like you can't say, oh, well, she does that, I'm gonna try that. No, you have to go hard and educate yourself about who and what you are. And you have to have enough love for that. And enough, you have to be grateful enough. That's what I think too. You have to be grateful enough to be in this human form right now, to take care of it so that you can be your best God self. That's the only way that I can actually put it. Being your best God self is not being sick. Being your best God self is being able to express everything that God is with every other God person that you run into. And if you're always sick, and if you're always feeling bad, and mentally you're a mess, you just cannot be your best God self. And so I just advocate self-love, self-care. Please educate yourself. We're Googling everything nowadays. You can find almost anything on Google. And if Dr. Montgomery is your doctor, just listen to him.
It's wonderful. Well said. Well said. So, you know, and as I'm listening to you, I'm thinking about, you know, the words and, you know, if they have things of value, a beautiful car, they wash it, they take care of it, a beautiful house, they take care of it. And if we only appreciate that our bodies are very valuable and more valuable than these other possessions, we would think about it and care about it as much as we do other possessions. Wow, that's well said. So we're going to take a break here, everybody, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about Chef Babette's retreat. She's going to tell you how you can join her in March and learn more about her secrets to being sexy at 70 and living a very healthy, thankful, grateful life. And so y'all stay tuned. Okay, welcome to our next segment. So Chef Babette's going to share some interesting information. She has a retreat coming up in March, and it's the Love Your Quest Retreat Yourself series. And so that's a mouthful. So let me bring Chef Babette on here and see if she can pronounce that. That's Love Yourself Quest Retreat Yourself series. I'm short of breath. Workout, just saying.
I know,
Love your quest. Retreat yourself series.
That's my daughter, Doc.
No, that's great though. So this is wonderful. And this is the reason I got this. 4:30 in the morning from her side. I think like 2 in the morning your side. So 4 o'clock in the morning Central Time. I get this text from Chef Babette. So, okay, I said, call me. She said, now. Well, heck, I'll text you back now. We both must be awake. And so she must have been really excited about this retreat. So this first thing getting up in the morning. So, but this is great. So tell me, I mean, we talked about it briefly, but we were kind of talking about a lot of things. So just break it down. So the retreats in March is several. Tell us about the whole event.
Yeah, it's we've decided to hold the retreat in March. It's the entire month of March, weekends only. So what it is it's an event, it's a retreat. Well, this is how my daughter actually, let me just explain from the beginning. My daughter came up with the Love Your Age idea project years ago. And she has been really pushing Mom to get on board, be a part of this, do this. Once we did the swimsuit deal, she was like, okay, we're getting ready to create Love Your Age. Let's go. So sometimes you have to just bear with me because my daughter has all the perfect words. She should have been a part of this interview, really. So she says to me, Mom, when Doc asks you, what is the event about? You tell Doc, it's to retreat yourself, is a 12-hour virtual retreat. Now, she's the one that said retreat yourself. Is that what I was supposed to say, Therese? He said, yes, that's exactly what I was supposed to say. It's full of transformative content. Another question? Because I have another answer down here.
Oh, you can go. So
can I go on?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. She also says that we will teach skills and techniques to start the journey of loving your age. Okay, so Therese, what about this? I take attendees. You want to come over and say hi to everybody? She won't do it. All right, so it says, I take attendees on a journey through my life where I was in, you know what, Doc? I'm going to stop reading. I was in a really dark space in my life before. So basically, after the photo shoot, so many people wanted to know, what do you do? What? Tell us something. I haven't always been here. There was a time when I did not love me. There was a time when I crawled around on the floor looking for rock cocaine to smoke. So there was a time when I've been cold cocked, knocked out. I wasn't always in love with me. But as time has gone on, I've embraced the gift of life. I've embraced the fact that I have so much past, so much to share, that if I can share any of this on any kind of a platform, then I really want to do this. Well, we decided March, we've got weekend days, the entire month of March. Either you're going to be in a Saturday group or you're going to be in a Sunday group. The groups are going to be small, intimate. We're going to learn so much together. We're going to cook together. We're going to cry together. We're going to play together, laugh together. And everything that I can share with these groups, I am sharing. And hopefully, I can change some minds.
Wow. So basically, you're just going to give insights to your life. I mean, you're going to talk about your journey. You just sort of, gave us a little bit of information of some of the difficult times, some of the struggles you had. And I mean, I like that about you. I think you did a little bit of that at one of the conferences you came to Houston and talked about, because oftentimes people see you doing what you're doing and you're looking fabulous all the time and working out and smiling and you think everything's great. But, and there may be at a time where they're struggling. And so, well, Chef Babette's never struggled, so what can she tell me?
Doc, there was a time I had to put on 2 pair of pants to fill the pants out. Crack cocaine had me so skinny. I had a girlfriend look at me and she looked at me and she said, why are you wearing 2 pair of pants? I was like, look, I don't know. I was a wipe out. I was a mess.
So
And-
so Shonda H says she missed the detail. Is it a virtual event? How do people sign up?
It's actually a virtual event. And Trish, you want to yell at me how they need to just go ahead and register now?
So we are actively, as we speak, working on the back end of the project right now. We're trying to open up registration within the next couple of days.
Can you hear?
Huh?
We're
Yeah.
trying to open up registration within the next couple of days.
Just fine tuning some things on.
And we're just fine tuning some things on the back end of it. And all they need to do is go to my website.
Or Love Your Age, LOV.
Or Love Your Age, LOV.
LOVEURAGE. Love Your
I
Age.
told her to come over, didn't I? Didn't
Oh.
I? You could come by so they could hear you in the mic. You got all the information. You got this down pat. Y'all just be patient. My daughter gonna come to the mic. She don't want nobody to see her. Look at her. Look at her trying to hide. She bent all over. Okay, now.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello.
She loves her age
Hey,
though.
I love my age, but see, I don't have any makeup on, so we ain't going there with me right now.
So tell them about what they need to do.
So we are actively working on the back end of the website right now, which is Love Your Age. However, Chef Babette's website is our landing page, so it is linked. So anyone interested in the course, as of right now, they can just go to chefbabette.com and subscribe. Other than that, we plan on launching loveyourage.com within the next couple of days. And we do have an early bird registration. So anyone that signs up before February 20th will receive a 20% discount early bird registration. And that's where we are right now.
And see, I couldn't have told y'all all that. Oh, that would have been a mess.
So basically go to chefbabette.com, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
You can access any information for Love Your Age on my mom's website, chefbabette.com.
Okay, hold on. And the Love Your Age is spelled L-U-V, right?
It's LOVE, love. And then what's the tricky part is the UR. It's Love Your, UR-Age. Love Your Age.
I'm just typing this in our banner so we can I'll just put it up. And then I'll scroll it as a ticker. And so we'll put it on there so people can see that. So go to chefbabette.com for information about Love Your Age project.
Right.
Is that right?
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you. Yeah.
No problem. My pleasure. So anyway, so people sign up. So if you sign up for the Saturday group, you do the Saturday group the whole month. And you sign up for the Sunday group.
No, it's only one day, 12
1
hours.
day.
A
Oh,
12-hour day. We get everything done in that day. I'm with them for 12 hours.
Now you've got jokers like
it's a retreat, so it's laid back, it's comfortable. We want everybody, there's a lot going on with this, but they'll get all the details. Yeah, once we officially launch.
We eat together, we laugh together, we cry together.
I said all that.
Yep.
Mhm.
well, it doesn't hurt to hear it again. Now you've got jokers like me participating. What am I going to be doing? I don't know. I got 5 minutes to say something.
You actually have 30 minutes with a short Q&A. And basically, Doc, I can't do anything without you being there talking. You're dealing with children, aren't you? You pediatrician?
Yes.
Okay. Therese, what do you think about a pediatrician? That's a good person to have on, even people helping out. We should get her. We're going to call you.
Okay.
We'd love to have you. Just the perspective for parents with their children.
I'm a birth doula,
And she's a birth doula. So just starting everybody off properly is perfect. And by educating the parents, you automatically are going to pass it on to the kids. It becomes a lifestyle for the entire family. Mm-hmm. So I'll be in touch.
Okay.
Doc,
I'll put a cell number in the banner in the chat.
Thank you, Doc, so much.
Oh boy. So anyway, so they sign up. Now you talk about we'll eat together. Tell us about the food.
Well, what we're doing is we're actually we're creating videos this next couple of days, and we're sharing recipes. We have how many recipes, honey? Do we have?
We have almost 50 recipes.
We almost have 50 recipes.
Wow.
And so we're going to be like, we'll eat lunch together. We'll eat our snacks together. We'll even prep our food, right? Is that what we're doing? Or
Well, they get the video.
Okay, so they will have access to the video. There's so much going on. Y'all just need to really, they gonna make me say all this right now? You know I can't say all this right now. Anyway, I'm not the one. She's the one that is taking care of all the mechanics. I'm just gonna show up for the class and tap dance. I mean, you know.
No, you're doing a great job, but you know, videos like this is an interesting concept and idea, because you know, oftentimes we have these online programs where you listen to someone with PowerPoints, and I do, you know, PowerPoint by death all the time, but it seems like this is going to be very interactive.
It's very interactive, and that's what has me so excited about it. I get to spend 12 hours with a group of people that want to spend time with me, and they want to know about the lifestyle, and they want to feel better. And for me to be able to take this time and give, if it's a gift to anyone, to be able to just gift people with just what I do, that's like a massive blessing to me. I'm so excited about this. I mean, 12 hours a day, every weekend for the whole month of March. You know, I must be excited.
Well, what I will say is this, from my experience in doing the boot camp classes over decades, what people got out of it was that the interaction, and they're going to interact with you, but they're going to also interact with each other. And which sounds like what you're doing is building a community. And I think it's going to be important.
My daughter just gave me the ugly look. She goes, please let Doc know this, we're building a community. And then you said it. So then she turned around and looked at me with this crazy look on her face. It's a community, y'all. It's a community. Tell them, Doc. Tell them.
So Tamatha,
and the group size is, how many do we have? About 15?
What's the group size?
We have 15 per
15 per retreat.
However, we are opening it up because we would like to offer some scholarships to a few people. So we do want people to write in. If there are people that feel that someone can't afford the retreat, we're opening it up for a few more people.
What is the cost?
The cost is $500.
Okay. Let's see, $500 per. That's a good cost. Let me see here.
And it's 20% off early bird special.
You got the math down, Doc?
That's $100 off. That's math is easy when you're saving money. It's when the subtraction is part is easy when you're subtracting the money you pay, but when you're adding the money you pay, it becomes very challenging. So the thing is that this is wonderful. So who are some of your guest speakers? You got jokers like myself and
yes, and you know we had to get our let's see, who we got? Badass Vegan. We've got are you familiar with Goodbye Lupus, Dr. Goldner?
I don't know.
She is just this amazing woman.
You talking about Brooke? Brooke
yes,
Goldner?
you know Brooke?
Yeah.
She cured herself of lupus. And she is helping so many people right now. And Doc, you know what it's all about. It's all about live food and stuff. Yes,
that's right.
We've got her coming.
Wonderful.
Terry Mason. I'm still trying to get him to send his info back. You know. Can you call your friend and tell him?
Well, have you chosen a date yet?
That's what I'm trying to tell him. He got to hurry up and get on it before all the dates are gone. We're going to get Celeste Palmer. I'm getting in touch with her this evening or tomorrow. We've got Steve Prusak, the juice guru. You hit to Steve, Doc?
Prusak, I know of him.
He's the juice guru.
Yeah, I think it's been by a restaurant. I don't think I met him, but I think he's been by a restaurant. Yeah, he a number of years ago I think he gives information on juices and all that stuff. But please,
Yes.
I know of him. I know of him. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's amazing. He's been giving out, helping people become certified juice people for years. That's how I went to his academy. And he's a wonderful, wonderful person. He really, really is. So he'll be there with us. We've got I've got a couple of other people that are going to be. John Sally. How can I forget my friend John Sally?
Oh,
Yeah.
John Sally's going to be there. We need to get him
John
on the
Sally,
show.
Plant-based G. He's also another friend of mine. And we're trying to get the 300-pound vegan. I still have yet to hear back from him.
Well, why don't you hook us up with
yeah.
John Sally? I met him only once. It was like 11 years ago. But he's vegan. He played center for the Detroit Pistons. So
yeah, he's played with everybody. 19 trophies anyway, with different groups. But John Sally, he's very, very sharp. He's been a vegan for quite a number of years. He healed himself, and he'll tell his story. But he's huge in the community as well.
So Stephanie Owens wants to know if they get recipes in advance. I think the answer is yes, right? They get the recipes in advance once you register?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
It comes with the we've got the recipes, a companion, what is it called? The companion book. Basically, it's going to be used in the course with us. They'll be utilizing the book. What else comes with it? Free gift.
They get discounts to future courses.
Discounts to future courses, like maybe your course, Doc. Maybe something that you've got going on.
Well,
so, it's a link up.
Yeah, we're going to be partner. Now, Nicole wants us to get Dr. Goldner on the show. She's on your program, right? That's the
Yes.
Goodbye.
She is fantastic.
Do you have a hookup? Can you connect me with her?
I'll connect you with Dr. That's my girl. I love her.
Wonderful. Yeah, just tell them.
This woman is a giver. She has blessed so many people. Lupus is a hard autoimmune disease, and it makes people feel terrible. It changes the color of your skin. You go through a change with lupus, and this girl has figured out, she cured herself, and she's sharing that information with the masses. So,
well, after the show, I'll get her number from you. That's great. That's going to get her number from you. So so you got a bunch of wonderful guests. So I guess we're going to be on different shows. So if somebody signs up for one Saturday where they get the video, let's say they missed Dr. Goldner, will they get Dr.
Yes.
Goldner's video? So they'll have access to everybody's video they can look at later.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. No, that's wonderful. This is a fantastic idea. This is great. I mean, that's
my daughter. She's brilliant. I tried to get you to hire her a long time ago, Doc. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Well, she couldn't leave Vegas. I mean, I guess everything.
Guess what? Now people work online now, but guess what? Now she's got a business, so she ain't got to work for nobody but herself.
There you go. It's all meant to be. It's all meant to be.
Ain't no mistakes.
So the kickoff is in March, and it's every Saturday and Sunday. So it's all the weekends. They sign up for one day during that time, but they have
hang with me
and hang with you. So they get the live session on one of those days, but they get the video of the whole month. Is that correct?
Right.
Plus you get the recipes, and you get discounts to other things, and you get a free gift. Well, of course, it's not free. It's part of the package. You
become a friend of mine.
Become a friend. Okay. So they can, call you at 2 a.m. with questions about, how. So that type of thing. So no, that's great though. This is a wonderful idea, and we are talking about doing something together. We hadn't finalized it yet, but in terms of connecting people with our project, so hopefully that might be announced during the show. So during the program, so that'd be great. That'd be great. So as we start to wind down and wrap up the show here. You shared a lot with us in terms of, wisdom is about being sexy at 70, your retreat that's coming up in March, and information signing up. Anything else you want to share with the audience in terms of, everything we talked about today, maintaining your health, getting motivated, staying motivated, etc.
Well, basically all of the above, and pretty much just remember this. The first thing that the flight attendants tell you when you're on a plane, if we should ever experience a situation where that oxygen mask needs to be used, you put yours on first. And basically, if you're not here, you can't do nothing for nobody else. So loving yourself and caring for yourself, the greatest gift that God has bestowed upon you, an opportunity to be in human form and walk this thing called life, you need to make sure that you do that, because too much of the time, all we do is give, and neglect. And so I understand that embracing yourself, loving yourself, this intelligence will respond, and you will be so very happy that you started taking care of you. So that's all I can leave them.
Well, that's impressive, because I like that analogy you use with the plane and oxygenate yourself before you try to deal with the loved ones, because, you know, certainly being a parent and you know, business owner, et cetera, there are always these people depending on you, on me and my history. There's always, okay, go to work, do this, take care of this person. But then, you know, historically it was always me left out of the equation. And so lately I've been taking that whole, adage, idea of, okay, I've got to get me in shape, and then, then everybody else will be okay if I'm in good shape. So that makes a wonderful, wonderful final words. Tamatha Lene, she wants to ask about if you had any major healing reactions, a negative symptom when you first transitioned to a healthier lifestyle. You ever get any rash or anything like that, or turn purple?
Well, the first thing that I did, one of the first things that this was later on in life. I transitioned. I started feeling better. I initially transitioned so I wouldn't feel so bad when I ate, and I wanted to get rid of the asthma and the eczema. So, that was just canceling dairy out of the diet and getting rid of refined sugar and that sort of thing. But later on, I did a different type of a purge, and I got rid of gallstones. Now, I was already vegan at the time. I didn't even know I had gallstones, but I wound up taking some herbal capsules, olive oil, and lemon juice. You hip to it, Dr. Gosses? And I passed gallstones all day long. I didn't even know I had gallstones. So a lot of people may see rashes, and your skin is a big organ. So when you're purging and you're getting rid of poisons and toxins out of the body, you may see a rash, or you may feel nauseous, or any of those things may happen. Don't stop. Keep on cleansing yourself, weaning yourself off of the crap. You know that dye is not good for you. You know that sugar, refined sugar, really sweetener is sweetener. Whether it's refined sugar or agave nectar, you know that too much of any of that stuff is really not good for us. There's so much, we clog our arteries by eating the flesh of other creatures. None of that stuff is good for us. I mean, we're all freaked out over COVID, but we got diabetes, we got heart disease, we got cancer. We ain't talking about that. We want to just stay focused on one illness that just popped on it. But look how many family members we've lost and we are losing daily over these illnesses. So I don't even know why I said all that. Give me some vitamins or something.
I think you're on to it, because it's about cleaning your system out. And
it is.
We talk about one disease versus another, COVID, this, that, and the other, but it's not about one disease. It's about how healthy your body is, and put your body in biochemical balance, physiological balance, and the rest is going to take care of itself, whether it's COVID or diabetes or heebie-jeebies.
I love that.
It's just you've got to take care of your body.
Immune system.
Your immune system will take care of you. You don't need to get a shot or a pill or an incision or whatever the case is. Somebody's asking about water fasting. I've done up to 6.5 days of water fast and 101 day of juice feasting. But a 3-day water fast is perfectly fine. So, I mean, what do you think about water fasting?
I love it. Any kind of fasting, for the most part, I'm really into. I love the juice cleanse. I used to do the master cleanse all of the time, and I'm getting ready to start a cleanse because I got another photo shoot coming up.
Cleanse before the photo shoot. No, I understand.
No, and I didn't cleanse before the other photo shoot, but this one, it's a love your age shoot. And so basically I'm shooting sexy, I'm shooting athletic, I'm shooting casual, I'm shooting business. And of course for sexy, you really want it, you want to be on point. So because it's all about loving your age. And
That's
at
right.
70, if I can go through all of that and still be okay, then I've done a good job of loving me. And it's not just about the aesthetics. I don't want people to get confused. It's not just about what somebody looks like. It's how I feel that's more important than anything.
Right.
But the aesthetics gets the attention. It allows people to then pay attention to what you're saying. So that's why we're doing it. But this photo shoot is especially for the project.
Wow.
Babette, do you still have kind of, because the question that you were answering earlier, Tamatha asked about negative effects, and I think people fear, the negative effect, which we shouldn't, because it's just cleaning itself. But do you still get any of that when you do a cleanse now?
You know what? I am to the point now that I don't really feel anything too much anymore, except for this. When I did the master cleanse, I could smell everything. Everything just cleared out. Everything cleared out. I love that about the master cleanse. I really did love that about the master cleanse. So my thing is, if you see a little rash, understand you're purging. You're getting rid of stuff. Don't be scared of it. Don't stop it. Stay on it, because you're only doing something good for you by abstaining. Food abstinence. It's important. Because like Doc, what you said, our food is depleted of nutrients. The air is bad. The water is bad. It's so much wrong in our environment right now that we, at some point, we have to purge. We have to cleanse.
Do you do a seasonal cleanse? How many times a year?
I try to do it twice a year.
Twice.
A good cleanse twice a year. Yeah.
Wow. How long do you cleanse?
10 or more days.
10 more days.
Really love 15-day cleanses. Doc, I've never been as bold as you. 100 days.
Yeah, it's bold and crazy, but it was a journey. It was a.
But let me ask you something, Doc, with that, because I know normally when you cleanse, you only lose the amount of bulk that you don't need. In a cleanse like that, you're not shriveling up. You're maintaining. You're getting rid of the extra, but you're not making yourself sick.
No, you don't.
Right?
I mean,
because you're still getting the nutrients that is required to be healthy, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And the thing is that you, with the raw juice, you bring in adequate calories, and you bring in green juices and all that stuff, and you're getting protein and hydration, and your body just feels wonderful. It's just that, it's all psychological, that, whether you chew and so on and so forth. So I think it makes a big difference in terms of focus and mindset, more so than being hungry or not being hungry, because you're not really hungry. It's just that you're really mentally purging your desires for, chewing or whatever those desires may be. And it's an interesting journey. It's an interesting experience. So it makes a big difference. So this is wonderful. So the artists have been great. You guys have made great comments. And I will answer some of these in the chat as we close out. These are great questions, great comments. I'm going to show everybody your wonderful pictures just before we close out. These are some photos of Chef Babette. the one in the center, when she was the tender age of 64, she was a mere baby, and then she went into adolescence at 70, and that's on the right and the left of that photo. And then here's her showing off in her adolescence at 70 years old. So, I mean, you know, we really need to think of rethink how we look at these ages, you know, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I think what we're thinking of now being debilitated at these ages is the wrong idea. And there's so many people in their mindset, they deteriorate. I'm going to go sit down. I'm going to go do whatever. But no, you need to go run the hills. You need to, you know, start a new project, you know, get your mind working. And I think it's really important to do that. So
and move without hurting yourself. You don't have to go out.
That's right. Move without hurting yourself. So anyway, it's been great, Chef Babette. As always, great. I'm going to see you backstage. Don't run off. I'll talk to you and Celeste as we close out. Again, we had a wonderful show tonight. I hope you all learned something, and I'll share this. You know, please join the retreat. I think you're going to learn a lot from Chef Babette. She has a lot of knowledge and insight. But I think it's going to be the interaction you have with her. I've been working with her for, gosh, almost a decade. And I learned a lot. And she's very passionate about what she does and very passionate about her mission in life, which is to help people, you know, make that transition to a healthier life. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Please like and share this video. I think it's very important. If you have a loved one, an aunt, or a neighbor, or someone, share this video. I think they're going to get a lot out of this, because I think it's going to be really important to kind of share this motivational information. It's not about, you know, studies. I deal with studies and science and this, that, and the other. That's great too. But I think people need to be inspired. And Chef Babette does that like no one else I know. So anyway, until next time, keep it fresh, natural, and live. Thank you very much for joining us.